when I was in primary 3, they brought this kid. His name is Oshodi. I'll never forget. Oshodi, wherever you are. And first day, he enters the class. His parents drop him. And he looks around the class and just says, nobody in this class can even beat me. And all of us just keep quiet. And Benjamin just climbs his desk from one corner and like charges towards us and they start racking. And they just rack for like 1 minute and everything just calm again. I can't remember. I just remember us feeling proud. I just remember feeling proud that yes,
that somebody stood up for you guys.
I swear, like someone said something, and she was like, testosterone is the aggression hormone. But that she read somewhere that it might actually just be like, I guess the hormone that enforces social hierarchy. And I was like, no, that makes perfect sense.
This is Overthinkers Anonymous. For people who feel everything, argue everything, and still show up to laugh about it. I feel like I'm always thinking, that was just a given. I'm just always in my head. And a lot of the thoughts that keep just boiling over and over again have to do with expectations on men. I'm at that stage in my life where I'm starting to think about marriage. And a lot of that stuff. So my brain is just swimming about like, what are my values? What are the things that I hold dear? What are my non-negotiables? All that stuff. But randomly, I found myself thinking about a time in my life where I was really struggling. Like I was really unhappy. Like I didn't know where things were headed and all that stuff. And you guys are going to laugh. But at that point in my life, one of the things that really held me together was Jordan Peterson. Do you know who Jordan Peterson is? I knew you'd find that funny. And part of the reason was, yeah, dude, I never thought, because I mean, obviously everybody knows what his like.
A broadcock is right.
Say that again?
A broadcock is right, like twice a day.
Yeah, but everybody knows that he's kind of like inflammatory at times and like has these very out there opinions on certain things. But I think there was just something about the very matter-of-fact way that he spoke in kind of like, and it's dumb stuff. Like where he originates from is like, make your bed. Like just make your bed. Do you know what I mean? Like just getting you down to like the minutia. And in that way, I found a lot of it valuable, right? But overall, eventually, after I kind of got out of that space, I just felt the need to pull back because there was a level of, I wouldn't say, like almost adulation that I had. I was like, there's no way in hell I should have this for another man that's not my popsy. Like, let's just cut that there and there. But it actually had me thinking, about like just a lot of different things and like how easy it is to fall into that space. I feel like a lot of people think they're so above it. Do you get what I mean? Like they're so evolved, like they're never at risk of that. But that really kind of humbled me as like, okay, when you're really down and you're grasping for something to hold on to, things like that could potentially be, appealing. And part of the reason I had both of you guys here today is because I really wanted to dissect like that sort of feeling, because I feel like in 2026, there's so much talk about the manosphere and like how all these different things are influencing the way younger men are thinking. And I really wanted to get your perspectives on, I guess, masculinity in a broad sense, but then also your brushes with, like maybe times that you might have felt somewhat inadequate or unseen, or like even what formed like your thoughts about masculinity long form. So I'm just going to start from there. And by the way, like I'm sure you guys know each other, but for the sake, just pretending like you don't. This is Fuad.
I've heard so much about you, man.
I'm a big fan.
Yeah, me too.
This is Fuad of archiving.
I'm going to pretend I didn't see him last night.
I'm going to pretend like I didn't see you last night.
Yeah, last night.
And actually, all three of us, that's true. Like, that's the randomest thing ever that would happen. But obviously, Fuad is like media maven, incredible mind. No, come on, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I was doing that.
So
why?
I told him yesterday that someone referred to him as like, I asked the person, I was like, who's your human reference?
That's fucking crazy.
This
Jordan Peterson, we're about to enter.
Yeah, no,
we'll get back to that in a second.
Yeah, but I asked the person, I was like, who's your human reference? Like, who's the person you look at and like everything this person has done, you want to do that, you want to be that person. And the person said Fuad. And I was like, fair enough, that makes sense. Like, that's a good one. So I told Fuad after. I said, I asked someone who's your human reference, and they said you. He said, and he was being humble. And I'm like, why are you being humble?
I'm not a humble person.
You know exactly why
I'm not a humble person.
Looks at you as like a human reference.
Because I've paid him salary before.
Oh, please, no.
More than that.
Because you're a top-tier storyteller.
Exactly.
And you're leading by far the most ambitious archiving project in the modern era in Nigeria.
Yeah.
That's
Jordan Peterson.
We'll get to that in a second. and also my good man, Mr. Maiwa. Mr. Maiwa,
Why you have to do that?
So,
culture custodian, which is just
Mr. Mayowa.
a platform.
That's what we call it in Nigeria.
No, don't do it. Don't do it. That's a
it.
whole other thing that we're never going to get to. Just a leader of culture custodian, a brand that, a platform that I saw from when it started and I've just always admired from close and from afar. Incredible human being.
Incredible is wild.
No one has said that about me.
Really?
Incredible is
Human being is crazy.
It's a horrible.
Man, no. This is a brilliant spot. But wait. Let's
I'm
read
taking
it.
that one. I'm taking that one.
Let's read it in.
Taking that one.
So I kind of want to get into early days, right? As far as masculinity is concerned, and what formed, I would say, your earliest ideas of masculinity, and maybe even who.
So for me, it was boys hostel.
Really?
Legit.
First, and that's the first thing you think about when you think about your ideas of wow.
Because it's I went to a boys only. So first of all, the worst things you can do to a Nigerian teenager, send him to a government school, right? Where it's only boys, where it's run by the military.
Oh, wow.
So there were things that, and they were good and bad sides, right? For example, there was a deep sense of, my school was Nigerian Navy Secondary School.
Okay.
And
Which one, Ojo?
No, Abeokuta.
Okay.
And the thing for the Nigerian Navy, almost like the ethos and motto is onward together.
Okay.
And there was this thing where you learned in GS1 that if there was a class of 35 boys and the prefect comes and says, pin drop silence, if one person's pen falls, everybody's going down. So it's not just enough that you're getting your shit together.
You have to make sure
everybody else is in line. It just really stays with you. You know the number of everybody in your class. You know their names and surnames.
Wow.
You're just always clocking every single person every time, because if you get your shit together and they don't, you're just as finished.
Yeah.
And so we would do stuff like everybody's going to the galley together. Galley is dining hall. We're going to fetch water together.
What's it called, the galley?
Because it's the Navy now, right? So it's the
It's mirroring what
people
actually
eat
occurred
exactly
within
the ship.
Yeah.
So for example, we say muster.
That just sounds like you're, sorry, when you say galley, it just sounds literally like gallows. You're taking the, to go and get slaughtered.
Yeah, so, I'd say, that was my earliest, my earliest, really strong impression of, just being, a dude, right? And there's this, cultural, what's it called? Child psychiatrist who pitched and became a capitalist and started to help companies sell their products faster. And he kind of he has this idea of how the limbic brain behaves, which is our reptilian instincts, right? And the cerebral brain, that's the brain that will most likely want to make good arguments and present. And he's the limbic brain, what he used to do is he'd basically zero in on the oldest emotional connection that people have had with products. And so basically that's how they build, that's where they start to build from when they want to sell you things, basically. And I mean, you're probably wondering what does it have to do with men? Because my oldest memory of men is my dad.
Yeah.
Right?
That's why I was surprised when you went to the hostel.
Yeah, but it's my dad, and as a kid, I just remember being I really liked my dad because after decking me, offers me Coke. Walks, right? And he was just a very, very, people liked being around him. He was he buys Coke for everybody.
Yeah.
Right? But just actively considering who I was as a guy.
Yeah.
Was in boys hostel.
Fair.
Bruh. Because it's I can't believe I'm remembering these things, but Ezra Klein said on one random conversation like this with Malcolm Gladwell.
Oh my God, I love him.
And he was identity really operates under threat. So you don't really know who you are until it's under threat.
Damn.
And in boys hostel, it is always under threat.
Fair.
What type of guy are you? Are you a guy that will basically say, my shorts have been stolen, but I can't show up without these shorts? And then you just go to the line and you see someone with their shorts and you're if I clean this guy's name and I wear it, am I really a bad person? You understand? Like,
Fair.
I'm not saying I did it.
You
But
don't do that shit.
What the short stealer?
I remember his name. Legit. I still remember his name till today because I remember watching it.
That's crazy.
We didn't call it stealing.
But this is like I remember like, so in
Yeah,
high
I
school,
wanted to jump in.
in high school, there was a senior who I thought I was a sharp guy, so I put my name tags on the pockets of the shirt,
I know.
thinking that you can't wear it. So bro, one day I just saw this senior in school, and because he had ripped the pockets off, so this part was lighter
Oh my God.
than the rest of the shirt. And as I just saw this guy, because he was tall and lanky, the shirt did not fit. And this guy took my shirt.
Nobody wear.
And obviously I had to go and steal my shirt back.
I'm
Yeah,
correct.
like that's how you
So
do
I
it.
tracked him that day, like when he, again, is senior now. Where is he going to rest? So wherever he rests and he takes this shirt off, I would just find a way 5 minutes later to appear to steal my shirt back. But to be honest, now back to the thing about like obviously who. So I think the thing, I'm probably like the rare person who actually thought that dad was cool.
I
dad was
I thought my dad was
But it was
cool.
just coke. Like lots of coke.
And the reason why I thought my dad was cool was because there were a couple of like attributes and like characteristics I looked at and I was like, I want to be like this guy. So the first thing was like reliability. Like my dad is the type of person who shows up
Yeah.
to the point of he's doing it to his own detriment, he's doing it when it's not convenient. And I looked at this guy and I was like, oh, this is actually such a good person. This is such a good thing to be. Another thing was also kind of like, again, he has a high sense of responsibility. So like my dad is the type of person, every place he goes, he will be, like he was president of Old Boys. He will be church secretary. Like there's nothing.
wild.
There's like professionally at church, in the family, his Old Boys, everything. Like he's just like
That's
one
so
of the
wild.
guys who was like a rallying point.
Yeah.
And I would look at it and I hated it because it meant like we never really had time for ourselves. Like it's a lot of
demand on him.
Yeah, it's a lot of activities. Like, oh, maybe this Sunday we're going to church, but after church he has a meeting and he's taking us like along for the meetings.
Yeah.
And then another thing was just like how like, bro, this guy is so calm under pressure. Like I remember once waking him up because I think at the time we had exams and I think I left school before the term was over, so I didn't do some paperwork.
Yeah.
And so I'm on the phone with one of my friends and they say, oh, they're not going to allow you to write these exams if you didn't do this paperwork. Bro, and obviously this was like the era of like, what's that thing when you used to get free phone calls after midnight?
It's just midnight calls.
Yeah, midnight calls. So like,
Oh.
so at like 2, 3 a.m., I gotta wake my father up to tell him that they're not going to allow me to write this exam. And this, that. And he looked at me and he said, is that why you woke me up? I thought it was a matter of life and death.
Yeah.
And he was just like, bro, like, this could wait till the morning. And it did wait till the morning. And it wasn't even a big deal.
Yeah.
And I was just like, that thing was just so sad in my brain. I was like, yo, this guy is too cool.
Like just the pillar of stability. Like,
yeah, like it's like, yeah, and it's like, yeah, this is the type of person I want to
Fair,
be. Like,
fair.
so, and I mean, obviously, the more I've gotten older, like, obviously, a lot of that has been shaped by culture.
Yeah.
So, like, I think one thing that kind of helped in a way was because I have a lot of female friends.
Mm-hmm.
And so I used to see, like, the, like, how-to manual of not to be a guy from the POV.
Facts.
Because also then, like, being younger, like, being cool matters.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I want to be cool. And part of what makes you cool is like, you can get girls.
Absolutely.
Like girls like you,
Yeah,
that
you have
type
to
of
appeal
thing.
to them.
Yeah, so like, I would like obviously hang with the girls a little bit. I'll hear all these things. I'll watch Sex and the City.
Interesting.
I watch Sex and the City. I watch Gossip Girl. And I was like, you see, like, it's like they liked, like, they didn't like Chuck. Because Chuck was like very obnoxious.
Yeah.
They liked, what's his name? Nate.
Yeah,
Because Nate was like, it was a bit dumb. But he was
Like
good looking
unassuming.
and and it's that type of thing. So it's like, okay, like these are the things that kind of now start like influencing the type of like man I thought
Yeah.
I wanted
You went
to
to a
be.
mixed school.
Yeah, I went to a mixed school.
That's so interesting.
You think we would have gone something
Like,
else?
I didn't know Sex and the City. like I didn't watch a single frame of it until I became an adult, and just for academic purposes. Because like
Wait. I feel like it's going to go on a whole other tangent. I know Fuad. Like Fuad is going to dig into sex.
like
and
it's just
city
so wild.
properly.
Like because like my understanding of cool when I was like is like yeah you get girls and everything, but like did the other guys approve? Like
No, yeah.
Of the kind of girl that you go.
No. That
Of
if
the
you
kind
were,
of guy you
if you
were.
are, like if you're cool.
do you understand?
Wait, so what had precedence?
So think about it this way, right? It's boys hostel. Like it's boys. You are literally like boy left, boy right, boy up, the boy down, right? And so like the thing, like we only saw ourselves, and so whatever standards or expectations we had was mostly like ourselves. So like,
Fair.
like who's be fight past?
Yeah.
Like
That's so. You know, I laugh at this thing, like, because the other day I was telling my roommates about, like, I was like, oh, this guy used to be best stepper in high school. And she just started laughing. She said, it's so funny the things that were told to you people then. Because she's like, why is like, as per someone will win best bounce and they'll think they're
Do you
cool.
understand?
It was a thing.
so interesting.
I think for me, kind of like my dad was definitely my first image of what it felt like to be a man, and that reliability thing was the thing. And it is so formed in my mind that even though I'm like way more advanced in age than that time, there's still a part of me that feels like if I called my dad today and there was an issue, whatever it was, and he said, you'll be fine, or I got you, I can go to bed happy. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's something that was always framed in my mind. So reliability was definitely one of those things. But even just pivoting from that, I'm curious, because you spoke about culture kind of like influencing things a bit more. How about media? And like maybe the images of men that you saw in media. I can start with me. For me, like the men that I looked up to were funny. They were charismatic. Do you know what I mean? Like Will Smith was like God because of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. No, bro, like hands down. Like the funny guy who gets all the women, who dresses really well and can light up a room. I'm wondering like what images of men were you drawn to, like in media early on?
You know, now that I think about it, right? I think the first image of men I was drawn to. So between my brother and I is 10 years,
Wow.
right? And I mean, you're talking about media, but I'll explain.
Okay.
Um,
Mama, don't
like,
kill me.
like just like my dad was like there, like all of that. I give him a list of anything I want, he gets it for me. But like my brother was different. Like, so I was seeing my brother.
your
all
older
the time.
brother?
Yes. And I'll see my brother all the time. So in a very, very weird way, he's almost like he's like Egmont feels too simplistic. He's like a almost father figure. And so like my brother was the guy who only fought people bigger than him.
Wow.
Like he doesn't fight people who he considers like I go beat his, so he doesn't fight them. But like when they are like twice his size, those are the people he wants to fuck.
So he has a David complex.
Like legit, my brother went to school in Abraka. And everybody that knows Abraka in Delta State knows like his frat boys. He saw a frat boy beating his babe, and he had something to do. He stopped, beat the guy, and continued his journey.
That's crazy.
Like that was my brother. And so like that, and so when I think of media, my first impressions of like, oh, dudes in media were like sacrifice. Like like
Sacrifice is like being sacrificial?
yes.
Okay.
Do you understand? So it's like, so I just think of the spectrum of it, right? So it is like the types of movies I watched. I didn't like dialogue until I like
Everything was getting
dialogue
good.
was
I'm actually crying.
what's that?
I'm crying.
When did we dialogue? Like so sometimes I'm watching a movie with my brother, I'm like, damn. Like now it's like, how fun, when they go start today? And so when I think of like men in media, I was grossly unimpressed by a lot of it for the most part. Then I found Casey Neistat. Casey Neistat is my like he was the first man like in any form of media that was like this is my guy.
The white funny dude?
No, the white guy who is always running across New York.
Like I know him like this is the best way I could describe it. Is he a little funny looking? Wears glasses.
Wow. You know what's funny?
I'm just
I
I'm
did
struggling.
not. It was Stocky and Bowie that were like, I was always talking about Casey Neistat and they were like, but he looks weird. I'm like, what do you mean he looks weird?
So
And then I
you
looked at his
see
face
it.
and I was like,
Yeah, he looks weird.
oh. I had no idea he.
And he's like huge on
weird,
YouTube and has been for a long time. I mean.
He's like the patron saint.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay, I just wanted to make sure I knew who you're talking about.
yeah, like that's so. Casey Neistat is the outdoor guy, always on the move, always traveling. Legit, when I was preparing to travel across Nigeria, I was watching Casey Neistat every single day. I haven't followed anyone as intensely.
And what did he do for you that was just like, this guy's my guy?
Bro, he's outside, like he's on the move. Like he wants to do something. He just bends the entire universe to do it. Like, I think personally, right? Like a real genuine insecurity that I have is that, like, I'm a talk and not do. So it's like
real.
That's every creative.
Bro, so it's like
real.
So it's like you mean like my life is just an overcorrection of that insecurity. It's like,
Fair.
and like you have this guy who just says, I'm going to make a video every day and does it for over 800 days. Like, you can't tell me anything about Casey Neistat. So even the people I've come to like after him, like I find that like that is the traits.
Yeah, it's an archetype that
like
just
doings.
fair.
People with doings, like I will always, that's my bias. That's my primary
Fair.
people bias.
The thing I was thinking, I mean, for me, I think there were two people. I think the first person was Kanye West. And I hate it because of what he's become now. But the reason I liked him was because he was different. Like, just like culturally, like whatever it was that was the status quo, he would go like to the extreme left of it. And I was like, yo, this guy's so fucking cool. Like, so it's like, I'm watching, and I remember the things that did it for me. It was, so like the College Dropout. So it's like, All Falls Down comes out. No, Through the Wire comes out. All Falls Down comes out. Then Jesus Walks. And for me, that was like the first time I had seen someone make Jesus feel cool. Like the person wore their faith on their sleeve. And I was like, oh, I like this because nothing is like
Everything else felt corny.
yeah. But it was just like, oh, so that, and then also just like how progressive he was. So he was like very anti-homophobia. He was very like, even the music in terms of how like the political consciousness in it was like, okay, yeah, like, I mean, I was learning. Like when on Late Registration, he's like, how we stop the Black Panthers. Ronald Reagan cooked up an answer. And I go and like dig on Wikipedia and I'm hearing about them putting crack cocaine in the hood to get like black people, like obviously superheroes out of there. Like it was stuff like that. And then I think the other one was kind of like Obama, actually.
Really?
Yes.
What?
Because the thing was...
That shocked me.
Yeah.
Because I feel like you're formed by the time...
Yeah, it was. But the thing is, like, that was also another instance of when, like, someone... So, like, my thing, again, I love, like, intelligent people. I love people who are, like, bloody smart. And I love people, like, when, like, that... Because, like, I think intellect shows itself in, like, different ways. It can show itself conversationally. It can show itself academically. Just, like... And I remember when Obama came out, and even just how, like, just that campaign, because I remember, I think I went to America that summer and just seeing everything. Like, I'm a kid who loved politics.
Fair.
So, like, that was the first time again, I was like, oh, this guy, like, bro, we're coming from George Bush and, like, Obasanjo and, like, Yar'Adua, like, like, it's like, this person is making politics cool.
Yeah, like new vanguard.
Really interesting.
Yeah, like, and then it's like, oh, he's black. Like, so, the rappers think he's cool. Like, they're rapping about him. Like, all that stuff. And... I think obviously the more I dug into it, it was just like, again, just because everything he did was kind of like a product of the intellect. Like, so he was a smart kid. He went to Harvard. He went to Columbia. And then he decided that, what, this thing I have, instead of using it to go and get rich, I'm going to use it, take it back, like, to where I came from, work, like, in the community. And again, that's like a thing of like, oh, thinking about the greater good. So like you're not just thinking about yourself. I think like there's always something like very admirable in that, in like people who do that. And then, you do all those things, you enter politics and you're just like so Teflon. Like, bro, like there's nothing they didn't try to get this guy out of here. And they couldn't stop him. And so it was just like, oh yes, like because I mean, at the time I used to think I was going to do politics. And I'm like, if I did do politics, like this is a reference for
how you want to approach it.
It's so interesting. Like my I guess relationship with Obama is fundamentally different because it's also really interesting because when I think about it now, the size of my world, like media-wise, by the time Obama was getting into office, by the time it was 2008, right?
Yes.
I did not have a smartphone. I was in the East. My media was cyber cafe to buy airtime for assignments. So like my Wikipedia was primarily I have an assignment and I'm going to research.
Yeah.
Like it was not occasional idle time. Like at the beginning of the semester, you go and lounge, but like towards the end of the semester, you relax because wood on the blue, right? And like then it was also like downloaded like VLC. VLC was my internet.
Bro, VLC is still my internet.
Just it's like anything that could not play on VLC did not exist in my universe.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just really interesting because you're in America, me, I did LLA. And it's just really wild because I got my first smartphone like till end of uni.
I don't think I didn't have a smartphone then.
I'm just saying like the size
That's
of
a
it. I'm
laptop.
saying
I'm crying.
so again, another interesting thing. Someone asked me, funny enough, I think it was like Tech About, like they asked me like what would I tell my 16-year-old self? And I said, I'm not going to tell my 16-year-old self shit. I'm not going to give them a laptop. Because by the time, when you get a laptop in 100 level, you have time to be idle, to mess around, to play, to discover FM. When you get a laptop in 300 level,
was for.
when you get a laptop in 300, it's for project defense, seminar.
Yeah.
And like you don't really have time to just like fool around with the laptop. And it's just really interesting. Because interestingly, my thinking of Obama, by late 2012, I'd become disillusioned with like, oh, Obama, everything. So funny. Because a lot of the literature that I was consuming was, oh yes, he's saying this thing, but they're also bombing people here. And it's like, you're a Muslim kid, like, like it's like your politics quickly becomes Palestine. Like, it's like fuck this nigga. Like,
I'm crying.
Like he looks like my, I guess, distant uncle, but still.
This guy is a terrorist.
So
let's
Before I came like, yo, his name is Hussein.
This is Overthinkers Anonymous. So we kind of spoke about the early times.
Yeah.
But then obviously social media is like a completely different epoch entirely, right? And I think about like how a lot of the behavior, and I would say by guys, it was a mixed bag, but kind of how we're seeing a lot of that early 2011 type of jokes that were coming back and like getting people fired now. Like the general vibe was just, people were wild.
People were wild.
People were wild. People were saying anything. And I feel like in a way there was an expectation to a degree to be that sort of person. So I'm also curious about like how maybe like the ideas of masculinity started to shift and evolve when social media now became a thing. Like what were you feeling like presenting like a man online was supposed to look like?
You know what's interesting is that I think to understand like presenting online, to really think about it, it makes sense to understand presenting offline. I found out from my colleague in 2016, I was telling them about the first time I tried to talk to a girl.
Offline?
No. That's wild to you. So because I said, so first of all, when you want to talk to a girl, when I was in secondary school, like you're going to like, like all of those things, right? Especially if you don't drink. Because that's why guys drink, right? When they want to like approach babes, right?
Sorry, the image of you hyping yourself.
Yeah, like, you
used to stand in the mirror.
You know, they're like,
you're a liar.
I still remember the first babe that like, and he was like, and I finished like yapping at I was like, why didn't you just text her? I was like, damn. Like damn, like you never really learn like rejection in a sense. Like there's no real risk of rejection. If you walk up to a babe, and everybody can see you walking up to the babe, right? And everybody knows when they see her face and the way you walk back, everybody knows what has happened. Like there's no risk if you can just like open like your BBM and just text her.
Fair. Can I get what you mean?
And like I think that's like that's thing, that's almost like lack of a need to like actually like socially engage physically in person.
Yeah.
Just fundamentally like it's a great place to start to begin to think about people on the internet, because it's like, and it's this thing Scott Galloway is always yapping about, like dudes are not like getting rejected. Like you need to be cooked. As in, like I know people can support it, like, but as a guy, like you need small like shaggy. Like, do you understand?
for the ego, like what is it? What specifically
It's
needs to be
character
It's resilience.
So
It's resilience.
fair.
Character
Like,
building.
but like people, like I think that like when you are a dude, like when I was a teenager, when I have stupid ideas, people legit deck me. Like I'm not exaggerating. Like I don't know where you grew up, but like I did get like a lot. Do you understand? And it's like once they just give you like just poop, your brain will just like this shouldn't be crossing my mind.
We're checks and balances.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
But like online, like nobody's decking anybody.
Yeah.
Do you understand? They're just saying like lol if you insist. Why we say deck them?
No, but I mean, in a sense, and that's kind of what I was thinking about with
Yeah.
my experience. I won't say the checks and balances were similar, but like one of the things that I remember,
Why
like,
am I using violent examples?
no, that's because you're so still upbringing.
Yeah.
One of the things that I remember was that like you had to be locked and loaded with a comeback. Do you get what I mean? Like you always had to let niggas know that like you can do all that stuff everywhere else, but if you come around here, I'm going to disgrace you publicly.
It's so interesting because every time I saw that online, my first instinct was, where does this person live?
What is this?
Why?
person
Because you want to go
mean?
and beat them up?
Like let's just like I'm not even exaggerating. I know it sounds like wild. I know it sounds wild, right? But like in my secondary school, we had this concept, and I noticed I find it as a recurring thing in guys that went to extremely like violent like secondary school. My school was extremely violent. I see like whenever people are like like my wife calls my school like Akuzu SARS, right? Like legit, because like when I started seeing those SARS videos, I was like,
Mild.
Whoa!
I'm not exaggerating. Like
I want to get into that a bit more eventually. Or like, I feel like there's a
like,
whole
I'm
other.
not, and so like when you see a person just like being foolish, your first thought is like, Mo just cleared out. Because like there's another interesting thing from like secondary school. Two guys can have like intense hate for each other, and everybody's like, they need to let it out. And so they start to pit them. We start to pit boys up to fights. And once they fight, they just chill. They hang out, they eat together. Like, but everybody knows. Do you understand?
Yeah, that wasn't the case.
Bro, it was the case in my secondary school. Ask any Navy boy. Like
crazy.
anybody that went to Navy Abeokuta. Like Mo cleared out, back of GS3 block. That's when
you
it really
can move
started.
on from there.
It's really interesting. It started in GS3. I don't know whether it's just puberty or like,
Definitely.
but everybody just back of anyone back of GS3 block Mo
Crazy.
cleared out, right? Yeah.
I feel like what was it for you? Like with as far as like I've almost forgot my question because what I think
Yeah, I'm so sorry. Like, I
your
feel
social
like
media
I
behavior.
actually, like, I don't know. Like, I should maybe.
The thing is, so I don't know, like,
Wow.
because for me, when I think about like my social media behavior, I don't think is that different from what it is now to what it was
Interesting.
then. Like, I mean, the thing is, again, it's the same performances. So it's like you're performing humor, you're like, it's like, you're performing humor, you're performing intellect, if like that's what it is that you're doing. Sure, like, I mean, there'll be people you don't agree with, but I don't remember like I don't remember feeling any urge to go and beat anyone up.
No, like and it's like one of those like, oh yeah, intrusive thoughts. Like I wish I could just be in front of this person right now. Just like
Fuck them, man.
busted
no,
my
like I can't be the only person who used to think this. And there were a couple of people who actually did it, where they'd be like, let's meet somewhere.
It's gonna rock.
Yes.
No, I mean it's still a thing. Yeah,
Yes, now, like, let's just
like,
meet up.
That's crazy.
I swear, like, someone said something, Ekene, and she was like, that everybody says like testosterone is the aggression hormone, but that she read somewhere that it might actually just be like, I guess, the hormone that enforces social hierarchy. And I was like, no, that makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense in my own context, because like, why do I have these weird examples? Guys, like, this is not a reflection of my character.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
When I was in primary 3, right? They brought this kid. His name is Oshodi. I'll never forget. Oshodi, wherever you are. And first day, he enters the class. His parents drop him, and his mom leaves. And he looks around the class and just says, "Nobody in this class can even beat me." And all of us just keep quiet. And Benjamin just climbs his desk from one corner and like charges towards us, and they start racking. and it just rock for like 1 minute, and everything just calm again.
won?
No, like I can't remember. I just remember us feeling proud. I just remember feeling proud that yes,
That somebody stood up for you guys. That's actually so. You know, this actually
Primary 3.
this takes me to another place entirely where it's like there's a part to me that feels like that sort of environment
Yes.
might make you susceptible to some of the BS that we
Yeah,
have today.
yeah.
And in that way, I'm wondering, okay, like maybe I'll probably leave that for later on. It's like maybe why haven't
Yeah.
you been consumed by that world? But like, why you laugh? No, it's just
It's a good question.
yeah. Actually, I'm going to start there. Like, what? So, with everything that's happening now, I feel like we can get a bit more into what is the cause of why a lot of guys feel like that is their place to get their understanding of what like masculinity is.
Mm-hmm.
But why maybe didn't that translate into you maybe falling into the manosphere trap?
Me, I had a lot of Egbon Adugos. I think that society, as a society, we have a scarcity of Egbon Adugo. Like, and you just need like some bros in the hood that when you're moving mad, like you just be like, oh yeah, take him to that person, right? And I think one of the things that scenarios that really like captured it for me is I read this essay on Tony Okoya, and like when he couldn't afford to go to school, right? He used to go to this barber shop, and that was where he learned how to like play chess.
Yeah.
Right. And boys are gambling.
Was it?
I've forgotten now.
I don't remember. Yeah.
So
But
we have
like the
journalists
concept
in the room.
of like the Egbon Adigbo, like is so critical in the sense that like it's really hard to police people on the internet.
Yeah.
And so they get to choose their Egbons. Right, the way you chose Jordan Peterson, for example. Like me. Like I think the concept of like Egbon Adigbo is like extremely critical for society. And we see it you watch The Wire, you see it.
Yeah.
Right? Some kid wants to move mad, and the guy who is a gangster is like, if I catch you, do you understand?
Yeah.
But on the internet, like, the internet is perfectly, like, it's the ultimate capitalist machine, like the algorithm, in the sense that, like, it is optimized for your desire. And I used to throw one of the people I knew who came of age, like, by the time I used to call him and his age brackets, like, the page 1 people, right? When you had questions about life, you didn't have to, like, walk up the courage to ask anyone. You just went online.
Yeah.
And found answers. And it fundamentally like changes how like you think about answers.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Because if you Google something about like a question about something and Thought Catalog has a listicle that answers it for you. That listicle was written by some person in another part of the world, whatever. And that just becomes how you see the world, right?
Yeah.
Like me, when I had questions, I had to ask my brother, I had to ask my cousins. I still remember asking one of my older cousins who was in his late 20s, like puberty questions, because I did not have like the internet to answer. And it's the same thing that I think everybody's just acting brand new with ChatGPT. The trade-offs that we have when we choose like tools on the internet, like just the fact that you ask it one answer and it gives you, and you just enter this, I guess, algorithmic psychosis, right? And I'll circle back again. When I was a teenager, right? When you have questions about like why is Israel like always bombing this tiny place called Palestine? Like very, very quickly, and this was pre-YouTube, right? Very, very quickly, you're going to stumble on videos of like Khattab. Khattab was this one of these Mujahideen fighters in Chechnya, right? You're going to stumble on like anti-Soviet, what's it called? Like videos of like Azam, all these people like fighting the Soviet Union, like crushing the Soviet Union, this tiny Afghanistan. You're going to find all that literature. And you keep going, like that's algorithmic psychosis, and you become Mutalab. Legit. Like that's an outcome, right? Like that is manosphere. I know we separate it, right?
Oh, I've actually never thought about it like that.
But like just think of any ideology, like every single one that exists, whether it is like misogyny, whether it is even feminism, right? Like everyone has every ideology has an ISIS.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
Right? Some ISISes are just more harmful than the others,
Fair.
right?
That's a crazy statement to make, but
But like, because like, so for example, like one of the things that, like a few years, like say a decade ago, where legit, like you'd see babe say something online, and you're like, this makes no fucking sense to me. But I'm like, you know what? Like my life is not at risk, so I'm just gonna get out of the way, right?
Yeah.
That was my own.
Yeah.
But like there are other ones where people say shit and people actually die,
yeah.
right? And I guess that's a difference. But I really think that a good place to, the way I think about it is at the beginning of the gateway drug is like you have a question, you find an answer, and it just keeps feeding you
Yeah.
and feeding you. Like we're the first, or the generation, maybe like 4 or 5 years younger than me, are the first who grew up purely on the algorithm.
Yeah.
And like we are living in the consequences of that.
Fair.
Right? Yeah.
What for you were the things that kept you from maybe being swallowed up by that rabbit hole of, this manosphere? Because he was like, he had check Egba Dubos, like that kept him in check.
Again, the thing is, I don't think there was like any one thing. I think no offense, but I thought those guys were lame.
Why did you think those guys were lame? Like, what about them just didn't
Because it's
appeal?
like, bro, like we've had the boy versus girl fights. Like, bro, you fought that fight in primary school.
Except when you think about it, they didn't. They probably didn't.
Well, those guys didn't.
Yeah, like because
I mean, yeah, but like for me, it's like we fought that fight in primary school.
Yeah.
We fought that fight in secondary school. Like it's like, yo, bro, I'm not spending my 20s to 30s fighting the same stupid ass childish fight.
Fair.
Like we were fighting back in the day. And like the thing is, because I think like ultimately at its core, like I think the manosphere is a response to feminism.
Yeah.
Because we've grown up or we've come up in an era where a lot of like the boundaries and things that were there before are not as present anymore. Like, so I'm not saying that it's not like women have it all, but we've definitely seen a lot more situations where women are the breadwinners and the dads aren't pulling their weights.
Yeah.
We've also come up in an era where like things are so much harder. So it's like the idea before where it's like you're the man and you're the only one that's providing just does not really make sense like in this day and age. So for me, it's like I'm looking at this thing and I'm like, this ideology is regressive because the things you guys are saying, it's just not rooted in like where we are as a people. And so when I'm seeing you say that, like for me, it's just like, yo, like this is lame. Like, what are we doing here? Because the thing is, it's not acknowledging that society has changed, which I think is like my biggest issue with like the manosphere thing.
Yeah, it's not much.
Like,
I think my biggest question is just like, what sets us up for success, right? Because for me, I always give my daddy lots of credits, whereas like, the idea for me of masculinity was kind of like what he spoke to earlier, of like, it was sacrificial.
Yeah.
Right. So like my dad never needed to prove to me that he was the man of the house. Because if I looked around the house, I saw a bunch of things that he was doing.
And I was buying.
But bro, like a very clear example is like we used to have like a remote controlled gates in the crib. When something would happen and it would short circuit for some reason, everybody else is in their seats. Nobody moves. Pops is the person that gets up and goes outside and figures it out. That was just it. That was the model that I had. So I just wonder like, what primarily is like the missing gap. And Mawa kind of spoke to it, is the gap. Mawa kind of spoke to it a little with it being like this extreme response to feminism.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering what else, like what emotional needs, for example, are these guys meeting for the younger generation?
I have a theory that a lot of, and I don't have enough, I guess, academic evidence to back this up, but I have a theory that a lot of our political positions and worldviews start to really like take shape late teens, early adulthood, right?
Late teens, early adulthood.
Yeah. And it's like I did not have the internet. I did not have like these like people when I was that age.
Yeah.
And so a lot of my ideas, by the time they came, I already had a position. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah.
But like when you see a teenager today, they have the internet, they have extremely effective like algorithms, they have extremely effective like ways to enter apps that their parents want them to enter. They have all of these things, right? And as the worldview is getting like shaped, like it's getting shaped with these things. And I think that like there's a place for home training, right? That when you have a foundational home training, and these are concepts that might not sound cool, but extremely important. Home training, like you need like a foundation. Someone has to have told you that, Kini, you're stupid, very early in your life.
Fair.
Like, right? And I think that as that worldview is like shaking, is getting shaped, like it's getting shaped with these ideas. And there's also the trap of thinking that like it's in a vacuum, right? The thing about feeling and facts is that a fact and feeling can be different, but they're both like true, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So many years ago, right? I met 11 years ago. Like I applied to get a job, right? And I didn't get it. And I asked like many years later when I'd become cool with the people who were hiring, like, why didn't you guys pick me? I was like, oh, like you got to the final stage with a babe, right? And like on principle, if you cannot pick between a guy and a babe, always pick the babe.
That was what he told you?
Yeah. But he told me like we're guys. I can tell you this.
Once a man.
But at that point, I did, like the first thing I remember feeling, okay, I wasn't like that bad.
Yeah.
Right? But it's very easy to say from my own feeling that it's unfair.
Yeah, affirmative action going wrong.
Do you understand? Like,
that's how I would feel.
Like, it's unfair. But in the big scheme of things, if you have a company where you're trying to like create mass media to shape how people are thinking, and you have a lot of men in the room, not having a woman is a disadvantage.
Absolutely.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
Right? There was this training course, one of these weird trainings that companies organize, but it was good. And like this guy came to talk about how when they first started to push Baba Blue to the north, he said like the first wave, like it just kept getting, the north outsmokes the south, right? And so everybody needs mints, and so they just kept getting spots in the warehouses, and they're like, why? And so they sent people to go and do like market research, understand why no one was buying Baba Blue, and someone somewhere probably started a rumor that the panda on Baba Blue was a pig.
A pig?
Yes.
Yeah.
And because of that, like people didn't want, because they thought like had like pork.
Yeah,
and and so like
that's crazy.
And that could happen because they did not have a Northerner or a Muslim on the team. Like it's just those tiny things, right?
Yeah.
And so I understand the fact of it that like having like a diverse room is a business advantage.
Yes.
Do you understand? But there's also the feeling that is also real, that a person might feel, if I had found that out when I'd applied, like I would have been pissed.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely enter manosphere.
and
This is a great launching point to look at for me, because I don't go finish.
And if I'd gone online to see if other people had experienced that,
it would have radicalized you.
That's like,
sorry, I actually want to piggyback off that and go to Mal with this. You spoke to, I guess, like evolving trends, like the way the world has evolved, and men possibly feeling as the bullying from that hostel experience that we keep talking about. He saw my water and stole it like he stole those shots.
I didn't steal it, you were there.
Fair enough, you co-opted it. But like with an evolving world, I wonder about like how, and Fawad kind of spoke about that feeling a little, with women earning more, women smoking men across all levels of education. Right. You just completely smoking them. I'm wondering if you've had any brushes with like, I guess, your ego in a world that is evolving and just seeing the idea of what it might be to be a man confronted from the one that you might have had when you were younger. Like, have you had those personal brushes?
I mean, the one thing I remember was applying for something and being told that, like, basically my team was too masculine.
Interesting.
And I mean, we knew it.
Yeah.
Like, we were self-conscious about it. So, I mean, it wasn't like they were giving us new information. Yeah. But we were like, I think it made us more conscious about the fact that, like, we needed to, I guess, diversify. But then the thing is, like, it's never like a conscious effort because I think now we're outnumbered by the women.
Yeah.
Like it's not even.
Well, even outside, because that's very like structural and down corporate. But I think what I'm trying to drill down into is like the feeling of seeing the world kind of change around you and not being particularly equipped for it.
Actually, I think I actually have an instance.
Let me hear.
So, and I mean, again, this goes back to work. Like there was a wave a couple of years ago where like a lot of, I love them, but like a lot of like media platforms were coming up.
Okay.
And they were all like women focused. And I mean, I knew what was triggering it. And the thing is, it's like, on one hand, because it's like, it's that thing of like, sometimes like, okay, let's say Fuad announces a new race now. I'm happy for him because he's my guy and I love him. Yeah. But on the other hand, I'm like, make us see 50% inside that one now. Like, what's going on here?
Let's unpack that.
No, I mean, yeah. But like, so it was the type of thing where there was like a trend of like platforms that were coming up, targeted at women, and they were getting a lot of funding. And it's like, all of a sudden, you're just like, okay, where do I fit in this world?
Yeah.
And so like, naturally, like, you're like, like... But the thing is, I'm very good at like... I can compartmentalize stuff. So I'm like, you know what? Instead of feeling upset, I understand that like this is like a response to like a structural thing that goes back like decades.
Yeah.
So sure, I might not be the beneficiary and I'm not happy about that, but I'm like, you know what? They've suffered. Like they deserve their own like their own goal. Like it's like
that's an interesting perspective. Because I can't lie, I can't say I always have that level of
no, but this
poise and grace.
It comes with time. Like so, like
I also think it's a lot of information.
That part,
because what you're saying now is that you had the feeling first, and then you course corrected with like information.
No, because the thing is, again, it's the thing about like feelings and facts. I think more often than not, I think like what I try to be good at is I have my feelings. And sure, my feelings might be hurt and like. You know, you unpack that one, you grieve. Like, you first of all do the 3 weeks of shiggy where just no one can talk to you because it's like, what's wrong with you? Just like, man, things. Whatever. Like, it's like, things. But, like, the thing is, it's deep in your heart. And it's like, in my own case, like, sometimes a lot of it's a lot of praying. Like, bro, I'm like, okay, God. Because another thing I'm self-conscious about, when I have like feelings that I'm ashamed of. Yeah. Because for me, there's some things I should never feel. Yeah. When I feel jealous, hey God. I just as a man.
How you feeling jealous about another man?
When I feel it's interesting. When I feel jealousy, envy, my cope is to reach out to the person and just say something good and I feel better.
Really?
Legit. There was the last time I felt like real like envy. I can't believe I'm saying this on camera, right? I was having conversations with people that I wanted to sit with Ashake and do a profile. Okay. And what's his name? I forgot his name now. He wrote the cover for Native, and I read it and it was actually good. That's the worst part.
Was it an Ashake cover?
I forgot his name now. I always forget.
Dennis. And it wasn't Dennis.
It was Dennis? Ah, my God.
Yeah.
Like, and I read it and it was actually good. And I was like, Yeah, and I messaged him. I was like,
yeah, you
smoked that.
And I felt better. Yeah. That's how I cope.
Fair enough. But actually, Mawa brings up something that I've always thought about. Actually, like, I had a very heated conversation. Not heated, let me not exaggerate, but I had a conversation about yesterday, which is the place for feelings. Yeah. Right? I can't lie, feelings bubble up pretty often for me because I'm a sensitive person, just naturally. I'm a very sensitive person. Dude, I probably whooped my ass at your secondary school that you went to. But like, I'm a very sensitive person, and
business sensitivity or something.
And there's certain things that hit me in a way that like people tell me like I should get over. For example, I hate generalizations. We've had a conversation before on this couch where we're talking about like, I'm coming, where we're talking about like the idea of being seen as a threat. Like a man being seen as a threat by default, by virtue of like all the other stuff that happens in society. So you're a threat because I don't know who you are, therefore I'm just going to label you a threat so that it helps me just navigates the possibility that he might do something crazy.
Yeah.
Shit like that be hurting me. I cannot even front. It
That's
hurts
fair.
me.
That's fair.
It hurts me. So I'm wondering, what is the place for feelings, considering that, like, when you scale it to the current terrain, right? Like, considering that, bro, like, if the way it was explained to me yesterday, if she's wrong about you not being a threat, that could get her caught up, right? In the exact same way that women talk about being in locations and just instantly scoping out escape routes, stuff that we personally don't necessarily. Me too sometimes, to be honest with you. Me too. Depending on the kind of vibe of the place. But I just really, really wonder about the place of feelings, because when we stack it next to all the atrocities happening to women, it's inconsequential, right? But when you talk about what feelings are, it can't be inconsequential because it's there. It's sitting there, and that is prey. Like, my feelings are prey for the Andrew Tates and like the whatevers of the world, which is like lots of young men just naturally fall prey to them. So I wonder, like, how do you guys deal with those? Because I feel like it's not impossible. Mawa said he had the feeling first. And like you said, the information helped him to guide past it. But it happens pretty often.
Yeah, it does. It does. So, first of all, I think for me, I think it also helps that, like, the woman that raised me in a very, very weird way. It's kind of like my answer to a question that I asked me earlier about, which is that, like, I grew up around a lot of genuinely stubborn women, right? So, like, my mom, again, worked in a Ikoyi prison, and she'd walk into the yard as a woman, and she was very pretty, and, like, she had a strut, and it's a yard of, like, 1,300 men, and, like, she had power over all of them, right? It's a very, very weird image. But, like, I remember one, like, billionaire that Abacha had sent to prison, who every warder just fell in line for except my mom. And that was the basis of their relationship, right? And so I had an auntie that my mom bailed from police station twice because she beat police at the checkpoint, like 2 times. And she's like, I'm not coming back to do this again. Like, so, like, I grew up around, like, women who drove like mad people to, like, so it was when I first actually, and again, remember in secondary school, I was in a boys only school, so women was like almost like a tourist activity. You go home on holiday, you hang out with like babes for like 3 weeks, you go back to trenches, Lungu. So when I entered uni that I started to encounter like things people said about women, like we go to a place and the woman is waiting for you to pay. Like it was all like straight to me. Like Vivian, why? Right. So I think that when like it's not strange for me for like a woman to like be powerful, right? So when I saw women like exhibit like and show signs of power, I did not feel under threat. Do you understand?
Yeah.
In a very weird way, you can think of, if you abstract it and realize that it is fundamentally about power, right? You can make the case for white people and black people too.
Somebody
right?
did the exact thing yesterday when they were explaining to me, but please
Right.
go on.
And the thing is that like the reason like white people react to any form of black power is actually because like their own power is under threat. It's like it's a threat response.
Yeah.
Right? And like the feelings, they have feelings too, right? And those feelings are real. If a person feels a thing, then it is real. But like the facts say otherwise, like when you really like zoom out, right?
Yeah.
And so I in a very, very weird way, right? I think that almost like the first most important thing to acknowledge again and to reinforce are like now that these feelings exist, like what do we do about it? Do you understand? Like some people have feelings and they channel it into trying to outwork everybody. Like how can you like take those feelings? Like we see Creed, they deck him, he goes back to the village, trains, goes back to fight again, right? Like how can that energy be harnessed like in a way that is like extremely productive? That's how I always think about it.
Transmutation.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like like for me, it really starts from there, and like the things that you do with it are like the second critical thing. But every time people like discredit that, it never pays off. Like it never, and I see it on the internet all the time.
That's describing what feelings.
Feelings.
Thank you.
So,
and I want to hear from you as well.
I'll say two things. So the thing you said, like that's a toxic trait I actually had to unlearn.
What?
Like allowing like the things I do be defined by like the feelings of like disappointment. So it's like, the thing of this person told me no.
Yeah.
And like I make it like a thing. I'm like, this person's never going to tell me no again. Like they're going to regret this no. And then one day I realized, I was like, this thing is like, it's hatred. Like as for like I don't want everything I do to be inspired by like hatred or anger at someone because like they didn't give me what I wanted in that
Chip
moment.
on your shoulder permanently.
Yeah, like so I'm just like so it became a thing where I was like, bro, like no, like we're not doing that. Like, but I think the thing, and for me, and this is very like it's very high-minded. So like you can laugh at me when I say, but I think when you have feelings, I think there's work you need to do to actually like validate or invalidate those feelings.
Yeah.
So like I think about it the same way, like it's like holding an opinion. Like when you have an opinion, I'm like, bro, I don't want to hear your opinion if you haven't like
done the work.
Go and do the work. Go and like read what like other people have said in the past, or read what like makes this a strong opinion or a weak opinion, and like be able to like stress test it.
Yeah.
So I think like with feelings, like that's the one thing I've kind of also like I've tried to learn is like, okay, bro, like you can have your feelings like in the moment, but like you need to like you need to do the work to kind of obviously
parse through them properly.
So to be able to just like get to the other side, because I think like you don't want to live a life where like, bro, like your heart is just always heavy.
Yeah, it's very interesting also because it's like I was just thinking about it now, but in a okay, so the like back to the thing you said about how a person sees you and they feel under threat, right?
A woman specifically.
And like I'll use me for example. I used to get so frustrated by men as come a lot.
Yeah, I was that person.
It used to piss me off. I'm like, and so I think part of the reason why I really hated generalizations was I was living in the East when like Boko Haram was on the rise, right? And like legit, people would legit just ask me like why your brothers like I'm like, dude, I don't know these niggas.
I'm so sorry.
Like, and they,
from Saleko.
and you understand, like, I'm like my parents grew up in Lagos Island, it's Alegongon, Rika. Those are places my parents, I don't know these niggas, right? And someone would say did the day like Osama died, people were whispering, nobody could tell me. I was like, guys, I'm not like I'm not exaggerating.
That's crazy.
I was the first Muslim many of them were meeting for the first time.
That's crazy.
Do you understand? My HOD used to call me Osama. Like they used to like search me.
Wow.
Like that, like, and so like that was a consequence of like a generalization.
Yeah.
Right? And so by the time I like left like uni and the next generation where men has come, I'm like, it's funny because like people used to get attacked like a bunch of times in the East. There'd be this panic where I was in Onitsha once and another part of Onitsha, like they were like there was a riot, there was a reaction to something happening in North and they were killing like Northerners. And my name is like what, Fuad, right? Fuad Lawal. not discreet at all, right? And so I come to Lagos and I'm like men has come, and it's just stressful. I'm like, and I realized, oh, okay. The way I reconciled it and managed it was, it actually doesn't harm me.
Yeah.
Like, legit.
Yeah,
it's
like in actuality.
If a babe says, and I know, like, you say, oh, yeah, like, like, all things being equal, right? Statistically, they put me in a room, like, with a babe, and it's time to rock. There's a very high chance, even if I'm, like, on my bad day, I just need to throw in one punch, right?
No Fuad barking about his fighting prowess.
like I said, I'm the thing I'm very, very honest. The thing I'm very, very honest about is that I was socialized in an extremely militarized setting.
Yeah.
And then we're
like
not hanging out in the prison.
it's like I feel like a day walker sometimes. They are like I feel so bloody, but So and so for me, it's like there's no version of men as scum that actually harms me.
Fair.
It doesn't. Let's not wind ourselves.
Wait, hold on. Were you always like, I guess, that evolved in your thinking? Or did you ever feel affected by generalizations and things like that?
I mean, I did, but I also found them funny. So
Found them funny.
No, I did not find it funny. I used to
I found it
always
funny.
and like I'm married. I'm also probably. It's also probably like, it's probably Nana also. Like Nana's
Your wife?
own like brainwashing, because it's like I go to shalaye every time.
You know, I
but how
think-
you say it, like?
But actually, you see, in my case, that's a complete opposite. Because my roommate hates those things.
Wow,
Not
who's
having
your roommate again?
conversations at all.
No, like the idea of like the men are scum, like she will punch holes in it.
Really?
Yeah, because she's just like, I beg, like everyone needs to chill. So
This brings me to something else. Because obviously, like, we spoke about you guys being evolved and like blah, blah, blah. What is the most stereotypically man thing about you? Like, maybe that you're even trying to push past, but it's taken a little while.
Like a man has to show up, man. Like
Yeah, but that's...
like
That gives you points. I
No.
can give you a medal for that. It's like,
Okay,
yeah, man,
okay, so
has
that
to
doesn't
show
give me
up.
points.
Yes, no, like something
stereotypical
that's...
man.
I know, man.
Let me hear yours while he's
No,
thinking.
actually, say your own first.
So, when we first got married,
Let me
my
get
roommate is
comfortable.
Catholic.
I really like this roommate's concept.
Yeah, my
I'm
roommate
just
is-
imagining telling another that you're my roommate.
My roommate is
I'm
Catholic.
just stood in there after.
and I'm Anglican.
Okay.
And she was like, oh, yeah, she wants to continue being Catholic. And I said, oh, yeah, that's fine. But when we have kids, they're coming to my church.
Like, all right, said it.
But I outrightly said it. I still stand on it. Like, and the thing is, like, I remember, like, her reaction, because I think she felt scammed. Because she was like, oh, I thought you were so progressive. And I was like, I mean, I am,
Yeah.
but that one, I believe. But the thing is, now I've even, like, I've evolved in that sense, because now I'm like, I actually think it's a strength for them to do both.
Yeah.
Because I think, like, when I have kids, I want a world where, like, because I think some of like the smartest people, the people who understand the world best, it's like part of it is you put yourself in different situations. So if you can go to Anglican church, go to Catholic church, but you also do Salah because we have Muslim family, you will be like an evolved
Yoruba person.
person.
Yeah.
Because you will explore all these things.
Bro.
And so when you decide that you know what, this is the one I want to do, you will definitely have a great case for it.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, now I'm like, yeah, it's a strength.
Yeah.
Like, because the thing is, it just means you're not going to be straight-jacketed. But yeah, that was like the one thing. And then I think the slightly second thing is,
Let's hear it.
I mean, like, again, it's a running joke, but like, if I come to the house and there's no food, I'll just be like, yo, what type of home are you running?
Circles back to
I know people say that. Oh, like you people are too pedestrian. I feel like if you want to really understand, like gender roles, everything, if you
Yeah.
can make it make sense from food and knacks. I swear, once you can like sit down with a guy like rewire his logic around food and knacks. Everything
figure
else
it
is
out from
easier.
there.
You can talk about the workplace. You can talk about like income, but just you need to resolve that.
No,
food and
bro,
knacks.
once I come into that house, whatever it is, bro, even if, I'll just be like, what type of home are you running? She'll look at me and be like, what type of home are you running? Are you not the head of the home? I said, I actually neck. You're supposed to direct. But yeah,
I'm going to get
like
to you in
that.
a second, but let me just do mine because I feel like you're taking time to think about it. For me, it's financial weakness. I struggle showing financial weakness. It's tough, especially when I'm in a
man, don't struggle,
relationship.
though.
I struggle. Like, I shoulder the weight for dates. It's like, oh yeah, I got it.
I do not struggle
That's,
at all.
and I'm trying my
To be
hardest.
honest,
To,
I
like,
don't, I would say struggle, but like, I mean, nah, I'm just like, again.
it's because I'm also no married yet. So I'm sure when you get married, lots of these things.
No,
follow
bro,
you.
even when I wasn't married, like I remember my babe doing something once where it was like this period we had been seeing for like a short while. And what you're saying, so like every activation, like
Activation.
everything
I've
we
actually
went to,
finished my hour, please.
I was like obviously footing the bill now. So this one day she came to my house, she said she wanted hands. I said, man, they won't pay me salary. Like, there's nothing here. And She was like, oh, okay. And then when she was on her way home, she sent me a picture of her stopping her hands to buy herself hands. And I was like, Maru.
Oh my God!
I was like, oh, fair enough. Like, I mean, I message received.
I'm not proud of it.
That's what I want.
But like, I think the
This
most
is a safe space.
stereotypical thing is that I haven't really flushed out the idea that like violence is effective. I swear. I swear. I have a very, very specific memory. Legally, I in the 2018, 30 December, there was traffic. And I came down from my Uber. I was going to Oniru. And I was just walking. And I knew it was some bullshit in front. And I actually saw the bullshit. But I walked past it anyway. And traffic was... And I just said, why? And the road just became clear. Some soldier just went and just like whipped some driver. And I literally said, hey! So like, you're not going to catch me punching anyone.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, it boils up every night.
But like, and it paints many things, right?
Mm-hmm.
Another example is that, like, when you are like arguing with a dude, right? There's a way to resolve it if it continues to escalate. You're going to beat each other. When you're arguing with a babe, there's actually no way to resolve it if it continues to escalate.
Yeah. You have to walk away.
Yes.
That's the only option.
Yeah, go home.
Do you understand?
That's the only
Like, I so like in a weird way, like I just like, you know what? I just quickly tap out before it escalates.
Oh, you guys
I
shout
just
at each other.
No, me, I don't shout. I'm not a shouter.
Fair enough.
I'm the de-escalator. Every time, like I have, like my fuse has exploded, it was always, there's always some dude. But my fuse has never, like,
I can't imagine you're angry.
Same. This part of you is like
Guinea-Bissau.
alien
Guinea-Bissau, 2019. That was the last time.
that you fought someone.
No, he was angry.
Like,
they were
I was,
angry like that?
I like exploded.
Fair. And did you have to make a conscious effort, like never again? Did you tell yourself, that's not happening?
No, like, I mean, I hope it doesn't happen. But like, what happened that day was the guy was actually being a bastard. Like, it's 7 p.m., right? You resume at your shift and you're drunk.
Yikes.
And then he was
What shift? Like what is...
like a hotel. Like when Bissau, so it was Jollof Road.
So like one of the guys at the...
Yeah.
The
and then
reception.
we had been on the road for 2 days nonstop. So I realized that every single time I've had like real moment of rage, like always came from stress. I was extremely stressed. My guard, like I don't lose guard. Like, and so people who work with me closely know that they know when my irritation is climbing, right? And I know it sometimes. So sometimes I'm like, guys, I'm feeling extremely irritated. And I just leave. I just go and like air or something like that. But that day, like I was on this guy. And what actually like sounds like chivalry. But what actually like pissed me off was that Tosin, who was like almost like our logistics manager, she was talking to him, and he was like, it was dismissive. And then I went there to try to like resolve it, and he just said like, handle your woman, and I just lost my shit.
Progressive.
I remember, I don't feel like a progressive person, to be honest. Like, but I remember going to Kade. I was like, Kade, because when they separated us, we had to go to another hotel opposite. And I was like, I was telling him, I want to beat. I was like, do you understand English? He said, small. So I want to beat you, and I want you to tell your friends that it was Nigerians that came here and beat you. And I was begging these guys, like,
Let me
we
beat
got to
this
the new
guy.
hotel and they locked us in. The hotel like staff actually locked us in. We're shaking. I told Kade, I said, Kade, if we do this thing, we're going back to Lagos. I said, are you down? He said, I'm fucking down. I'm like, why am I shaking? Like, just thinking about it, like, I was so fucking angry. Like, I really hate the feeling. But
Yeah.
like, I can count the number of times
That is popped
that
up.
I felt. But like, I'm the de-escalator.
Fair. This is Overthinkers Anonymous. Both of you are married. I'm not. I'm constantly trying
Wow.
to cheat. Yeah. I'm constantly...
You're trying to cheat?
no. I'm not even in a relationship to cheat, so I can't. I'm saying I'm trying to cheat off your homework, like what you've done, so that I could, actualize it in my own life. What is one way that marriage has helped you guys better understand like gender norms, maybe even positively, sometimes, or even contextualize it negatively as well, like some other things that you've seen? It doesn't have to be one way. If you have more, go for it.
So, okay, my own is that, like I said, I grew up around. I have very few memories of my mom asking my dad for money. Like, legit. It's just not a thing that
Same.
Like,
I've never...
was behind-
I've never seen
not even once.
like,
Behind
Baba
the
daddy.
scenes.
Like, you know that thing that you see in Nollywood, like, daddy, kill him.
And you should kneel down. Yeah, no.
It always felt foreign to me.
Yeah.
Right? And so when I was getting married, I was like, I'd become, like, fairly adjusted. And I was like, Nana, what if you do this? And I'll continue to say this story and torture her with this story forever and ever. I was like, what if you keep your money and we just spend my money, right? It's also like the Muslim thing. Her money is her money. Your money is for the household. And she was like, what the fuck are you talking about? How much do you earn? Her money was like 3x. And Nana has this extremely, that makes no sense. Like, Nana doesn't even like pause and say, let me learn. She's like,
No.
that makes no fucking sense.
It's very matter of fact.
Yeah. And, but that didn't really, I guess, hurt me because, again, like, if you are a Yoruba kid, to some degree, you experience, like, a mommy that shows up.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But I'd say that, and what happened over we've been married for, like, 5 years, 5.5 years ish, right? And what has consistently happened is that there is no, like, the dynamics is not static. It's always changing and evolving. Like, from an income standpoint, she earned more than me, caught up with her, dusted her, up, down.
Not dusted.
And so it's like, you can't enter it with any set of rules. Because like the stage is changing constantly.
Enter what? When you say sets of rules, what does sets of rules
Everybody
mean?
enters marriage and says, oh, my wife cannot do this. My husband must not do this. Give it year 2. Because it's like, so one interesting thing that happens also is I also got to experience multiple people I know struggle in the first years of their marriage. I think that the first 2 years of marriage, it's like the first 2 years of a startup, right? It is most likely, like,
Or you're going to fail.
like, all things being equal, if everyone enters that marriage with some real leverage as individuals, there's a high chance it will fail. And I say leverage because, like if you're a broke baby, you're not going anywhere. If you're a broke dude, you might be dramatic and petty but like, there's just that, like, if people enter this marriage and feel like in individuals enough by themselves, like, it creates a new, like, a weird thing. And it's so funny, I learned this from, like, management theory. Like, there's this concept that I always drum into people's heads a lot, which is that all teams go through the same stages of evolution, different intensities and pace, but it's like the first stage is forming, right? A group comes together, like, optimistic, have ideas, ideals. The next stage is always storming because those ideas start to collide. People don't compromise. Every single marriage I know that ended in the first 2 years was nobody wanted to fold. Like, you must fold. Like, someone is always folding.
I feel like it's the basis of even relationships,
Right?
like folding specifically.
So, and it's like, that storming stage, the way you get out of it is just landing at your own compromise. Then you enter a norming stage, then you enter a performing stage, right? And you adjourn either in death or divorce, whatever. But, like, I think for me, the biggest thing that marriage did to me was actually improving my communication style across board. And I'll explain. When you're pissed at your babe, you go vex, go house. Legit. But when you're pissed with your wife, like, for how long do you want to be vexed? like you know, like, you will literally, like, live together. And so you have to, I think one of the things that helped us, that we developed we legit have, should I say, instruments for, for like conflict resolution.
Are there any that you're comfortable sharing?
Oh yeah. So again, it's everybody knowing their role and knowing that because you have this role doesn't mean the other person will have it. In my marriage now, I'm the like emotional regulator. I'm the one that is like Farabuku Kubale. I don't say it like that, by the way, because it's not born you to say calm the fuck down. Do not ever say calm down. But I'm the one who is like the de-escalator, right? And she's the one with the executive function. Everybody just has their roles. And you quickly learn that, you know what, this problem is not going anywhere. So I'm going to like manage it. And what that did for me is that because I am learning how to communicate with this person that I care deeply about, it's affecting how I'm communicating to people at work.
Yeah.
How I'm approaching like conflict resolution and all of those things. Because like legit, you're like, do I like this problem more than this person?
Fair.
And when I think about it, I'm like,
I don't.
maybe when I grow older, like I'm going to think of all the times I'm like, fuck this babe. I hope not. I hope to God not, right? But for now, I think the biggest thing it has done for me is just, like it is not static. It will always be changing.
Yeah.
And like once you nail the principles, you can always be flexible on like the approach and everything. And the final thing is that like when it really comes down to it, right? Like a man has to be a man. And let me explain what I mean. I really believe in like not having excuses for why things are not happening, man.
Real.
Like, because there are always excuses. There are always excuses, right? And it's like, for me, one of the things that is like, as a person, I think anxiety, some of it is intrinsic, like it comes from within, some of it you come from outside. I do not self-generate financial anxiety. Like legit, if my life goes to shit now, I will just move to like a single room. Like I think I can be that person.
Interesting.
And I'm saying it because like I've been in moments where like maybe I had a lot and I had less. And I did not really feel stressed about it.
Nothing.
Amazing.
But like when like if my wife now, if she has financial anxiety, my own just like 10x's it. And so like I think part of it is probably because I think like as a guy, you just gotta step up, man.
Yeah, hold the fort.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What's the question? Like what about marriage?
Just like how it's helped you maybe even understand the gender norms a little better, some things that it's taught you generally about what a man's place is.
I don't think I have a conventional marriage, like in the sense of
Unique.
No, not even that. Like it's more like so we're close in age. So like the first thing is like it was like 12 months. Like it's not like we were in the same year.
Yeah.
Like so for all intents and purposes we're contemporaries. It's not and so I think actually that's it. It's actually treating it like we're contemporaries. So like I think and now like to the idea of like masculinity or like the preconceived ideas where it's like again you're a provider, you're this, you're that. Nah, like we're coming into it like this is a partnership. So and I mean I think I take like the thing you said about like obviously things being dynamic. So like there's nothing is really like baked in. Like today I might need to do this thing, tomorrow I might need to like we don't really like so I think the other thing is also being able to like function as like individuals within a thing.
That helps.
So like a lot of times like people will see me out and they're like, oh wait, I'm like she's at home. And they're like, how come you guys don't go out together? I was like, she doesn't enjoy it. Like I don't mind or like and even sometimes it's like if she's coming it's a negotiation and it's vice versa. Like if maybe her distant cousin is getting married and she knows I don't want to go. Like, it's a negotiation. She's got to make, like, you got to beg me or whatever. But, like, I mean, yes, that just idea of, like, coming into it, coming into it thinking of, like, so in the instances, again, of the things where it doesn't work, I think part of it is because people lose themselves into it. So it's like they enter this thing and they think that it should be a certain way.
Yeah.
And there's no such thing like that. Like, where like you just you like your own things, you will do your own things. So like we can function as a collective, but we can also function as individuals and we respect that. So it's like the type of thing where, like I remember the first time, when like the first year I got married and people asked me, oh, what's it like? I said, oh, imagine, so in my own case, I'm like, imagine when you live at home. So imagine living at home, but like you're accountable to your guy and not your parents.
Yeah.
So it's like a thing, like when I lived at home now, I have to be home by 12 because the dog has to come out. And it's like, if the type of thing where the dog is out, it's like, bro, no one's going to answer you. Like, so I would have to text maybe if I was coming late, I would text my parents to be like, oh, I'm not going to be home at X time. I'll be home at whatever.
Yeah.
And if I now don't show up then, like my mom can be angry. I'm like, you're so irresponsible, you're this, you're that. But like the power dynamic is not the same. That's my mother. So if she calls me a fool, I say, yes, ma'am. But it's different because obviously when you're with someone who is your contemporary, like, okay, cool. Don't die. Like, take your key. Like, that's like, it's literally that simple.
Yeah.
Oh, not the one you come home, you ring the bell, you wake me up. It's just stuff like that. So, like, I think.
May I have coffee, Sha?
Do you actually?
No.
This is Overthinkers Anonymous. One of the things that I like to do is like I try to give a lot of this stuff real life context. So people send in their dilemmas, right? So we're just going to get into a couple very quickly. So the heading of this one is, I want men's spaces that are anti-woman. Is that unrealistic? And he just gives a whole story.
That's anti-woman.
That aren't anti-woman.
Oh, okay.
Is that unrealistic? He says, I'm 13 and recently went through a breakup that left me feeling used. I paid most of the bills, helped my ex with a small business, and when things got tough for me, she dipped without looking back. When I tried to talk about it online, some woman said I was weaponizing my kindness and trying to guilt women for dating up. Some men told me to shut up and collect it like a man. The only places I found where men are openly saying, this thing hurt me, are pages that also post stuff like never trust a woman who says she's a feminist and marriage is a scam for men. I don't agree with those extremes, but understand the anger. I feel stuck between feminist spaces that don't seem interested in men's pain and male spaces that turn that pain into open hostility. As a Nigerian man who has actually been burnt, is it naive to look for a space where we can talk about unfair treatments in relationships without making women the enemy?
Who wants to go first?
I don't think it's not naive. Like, I mean, I think...
Well, I think this first and foremost, let's answer that. It's not naive. But maybe contextualizing this better, what spaces exist for you guys?
For me, as a guy?
Yes.
Bear Palona.
See, I also think, like, and I blame you, since you're the culture custodian, I think that, like, Nigerian culture, and when I say culture, I don't mean Atilogo, like, Nigerian culture is grossly understudied.
Someone said that line word for word, the way you just said it now.
Nigerian culture is grossly understudied?
No. I don't mean Atilogo.
Oh, okay. I have, yeah.
I remember
the reason is that, so for example, when people use, like, I have a very, very, my hot take is that I don't think like being an incel is an original Nigerian experience.
Okay.
And I'll explain.
It's not.
As a Nigerian man, you're socialized to know that you can always have their type at home. Like that is the like primary socialization. Like when a man and a woman are fighting in public, right? And the man like has tapped out. It's like, I have your type at home, right?
Yeah.
Like when you like look at like incel like culture and read the literature, there's a lot of, oh wow, nobody wants me. A Nigerian man is convinced that someone always wants him.
Yeah.
Do you understand? And part of like it being properly studied is like even having a name for it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But the very interesting thing you just said that made me remember this is that like the beer parlor functioned as like a form of that space, right? Except it was like problematic, but that's a brother side.
So that's part of what I was thinking about. Like even in the barbershop, for example, which is another one of those spaces.
Yes.
The conversations
the worst things I hear as a man are in a barbershop.
Yes, but they're not helpful and it will not help this guy.
Here's the thing. Like that was like Tune went to a barbershop. Do you understand? And it does feel like there are two ways to solve a space problem. To join one or to start one.
That was my thing. It was gonna be like maybe
right. So it's like if it feels like this way, And I know not everybody should start things, right? It's like, it's stressful.
It is.
Right? Like, following people is easy. But I do agree that, like, the solution to, like trying to, like, counter these spaces that you're worried about is to create alternatives. Because, like...
And is that your friend group for you? Like, so, because I really want to get to meat and bones of what you guys...
So, like, for me, it's like the guys. But, like, it's funny because I think we're also in the age where it's like... You know this thing they say about Beyonce fans, that they're not as, like, aggressive as before because, like, taxes. Like, I'm constantly thinking about bills. Like, I am constantly... Whenever what I'm talking about? Money,
Shaggy.
payroll. Like, those are, and it's the same thing with, like, all my friends.
You know why that's funny? Because I just remember that last week we were having that conversation where I said I had to go and do a bank run.
Oh, yeah.
And you were like, I need to go and do a bank run too.
Do you understand? Like, and so what I try to do is that, like, I don't care how much of my own contribution, right, to his problem is. Like, I don't care how long it takes. I will always hear a dude out.
Fair.
Like,
so you allow yourself to be a safe space.
If you put it like that, I never really thought about it like that.
Yeah.
But, like, I will always hear a dude out, and I'm going to tell you, like, point blank, like, guy, could make sense. Like,
Yeah.
I've taken it upon myself to be an Egma Adigbo to the younger men in the neighborhood. Except, for example, like, my neighbor's kid, he was I think 15 or 16, and I'm looking at our estate. It's a very, very family-oriented estate. And I know that he doesn't say shit to his dad. God, I hope he never watches, because he always says, oh, I saw you on this podcast. But, like...
Who says this? The dad or the
like,
son?
no, the son.
Oh.
And so...
He's probably going to watch this.
We were talking about it, right?
No, he's probably going to watch this.
Anyway, and I was like, oh, this kid doesn't have... He doesn't have, like, people to talk to. And I took it upon myself. Like, I literally would try to make small talk, and we'd just go on long walks, and we'd just gist about what it's like being a prefect in school, and, like, this and that. And I'd just be asking him questions, just, like, get a sense of what his ideas are. I think I did this with Anita once, right? Because we were working in the estate. Like, I went out of my way for that kid. I also know why I did it for him. One of my aunties, there's a period when it was like, I think this forward boy is moving funny. I don't know what he is yet. I'm not really sure. This was like post, like, did he join cult or is he Boko Haram? One of those weird, like, everybody has a version of that in their family. If you're ever a little, you know.
Yeah.
And I was banned from talking to, not like official, not like there was a letter, you're officially banned, but I just wasn't allowed to talk to the boy. And what had happened was he was doing badly in school, and I had a theory that...
Who's this? Your neighbor's son?
No, my cousin.
Oh, okay.
I had a theory that I was doing badly in school because he was poorly incentivized. He was bored as fuck.
Fair.
Right? And as an experiment, I started paying him to transcribe. He had the quickest turnaround time, cleanest transcripts. Because once I pay him, like, my transcript arrives in 24 hours.
Fire.
And I was like, this boy is hardworking.
Yeah, it's just a motivation.
This boy, like, he transcribed, like, most of Naira Life 2019.
Fire.
Right? And then his mom...
AI before AI.
Do you understand? And his mom was like, oh, I'm giving him, like, funny ideas. Do you understand?
Yeah.
And so I was not, like, allowed to, like, speak to him again.
Yeah.
And so my the correction I did with my neighbor's kid is that I really believe in, like, people earning money.
Yeah.
So I gave him work one holiday. He had a 6-week holiday, and I was like, yeah, you're going to work. But what I did this time was that instead of, I guess, moralizing and saying, oh, yeah, she was petty, I just spoke to his dad. I'm like, yo, I want him to help me do this. He's going to do research. He's going to do this. What I actually wanted him to research was that WAEC 100 list, because he was about to write WAEC.
Okay.
So, like, he did research, got paid, like...
Because that would actually have helped him too.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
he would have been able to take, like...
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, I really tried to, like, spend time being, like, available for people.
Fair. Yeah. Is there any thoughts that goes into curating what your spaces look like, or how much thought goes into curating your spaces to be able to have these conversations? Is it a more natural process? Because for him, he's looking intentionally, like, where can I go to have this? And in my personal experience, I haven't really had that level of intentionality.
So the thing is, I know it's crazy. I just don't remember the name of the thing. But I know there was an initiative that someone set up where they would organize periodic meetups for men. And it was around like, it's that thing of who helps the person that's helping everyone.
Yeah.
So it's like, obviously guys, like the idea was trying to create a safe space for men and try and build this around like mental health and like obviously the things that happen or whatever. I never went, but I had friends who would go. And the thing is, I don't remember the name because if I
Was it the Man Up Initiative by any chance? Because I know that was one of
My
them.
toxic trait
Yes,
is
I
that
think it was
my
that,
toxic trait is
actually.
that I'd never show up to an initiative.
I'm crying.
Yeah, I think it was that. I think it was that.
It was Man Up. Okay, I know my Man Up.
I think it was that. But the thing, I think part of it is also like, I think these things need to exist in a way that it doesn't feel contrived. So part of that is, which is why I said like the beer parlor thing. Like, I mean, I said that as a joke, but it's also real. It's like when you and your guys are like watching football and drinking or whatever, or like playing video games, it's a safe space.
Yeah, it is.
Like you guys can talk about these things there, and more often than I mean, the thing is, I think the very essence of a safe space is that you whatever thought you have, like you won't be ashamed to say it.
Yeah.
You feel comfortable enough to say it, and then people
They might drag you, but
yeah. Like we don't know standard now, but like it's like but you should be able to say those things, and you should be able to get like feedback.
Yeah.
So for me, what this just sounds like is like someone that needs, like, bro, you need a group chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you need a group chat like with people
That's
who are
healthy.
like-minded and not
Yeah.
like trying to like obviously who don't get off on like just like negative like emotions.
One more dilemma, and this one I want us to breeze through it as quickly as we can, so I'll be quick with it. I'm a 28-year-old with a secondary account on Twitter. Anyway, in comments, I've built this identity. I always drag simps, roast men who do 50-50, and I talk about how real men don't chase women. It's a half joke sometimes, but people not expect that from me. But in my actual relationship, I like being there for my babe. I enjoy planning dates together and just being safe. Recently, we had an argument before she stumbled on a thread while I was dragging a guy for buying his girlfriend a car, saying this is why women don't rate Nigerian men. She asked, is this how you really see me too? I realized a lot of what I see online doesn't match who I actually want to be. Still, I feel pressured to keep up the persona, so I'm not the odd one out. It's cruise, and we say these things. I love my babe, and I'm wondering if there's a part of me that actually believes these things I write online. I'm not trying to be deep, just thought to share. What else is there to do on the internet? I feel like this is very simple. We'll go.
to be very, very honest, like I'm just imagining like these tweets in 13 years, and like when like you build a successful company and how the internet. No, like because it's like this feels like a pretty like
Innocuous
dude,
thing.
like, and it's like
Yeah,
and
but society will evolve
I'm
like
just like,
5 10 years where you're
10 years,
into
like
like
13 years, and they're going to be like, oh yeah, wow, this guy is so horrible.
That's the perspective I'm looking at it
Delete
from,
those
man.
tweets.
Will you start? It's simple. Like, go on.
Yeah, no, the thing is like it's not even like particularly one, it doesn't sound like you believe it.
Yeah.
Two, it sounds like you're just like bro,
Being
it just
an
sounds like
edgelord.
bro, you're
It sounds like
just
cruise.
trolling. You're just
Yeah,
trolling.
it's like-
Yeah.
And like bro, like I mean, there's an age you reach, man. You gotta
Like-
like,
Can't
you
be
know,
trolling. He
you
says
can't be trolling.
He says 28.
Bro, be yourself.
Bruh.
Be yourself.
28.
He says 28, man.
How many appraisals has he done in his life? Like these are the questions.
No, it's simple for me, man. Like my rule with being online is I try not to tweet anything I can't stand behind. So that should be it for you. Like if you can't stand behind those things.
Really like tweet though. Like I know they tweet like.
To be honest, these days I don't like. I realize like
It's over now. It's not fun anymore.
I love the best time to tweet for me.
Yeah.
Is dead in the middle of the night. And then I'm just like the things. I'm just saying what I actually really think, but like no, it's not even like opinions. It's actually more just like feelings. But it's like this thing, 10 people are going to see it.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna get nothing, and I've got if I just wanted to type it out, like I've typed it out. But like I mean, these things I'm saying is not even anything like problematic or in the slightest.
Yeah.
It's just like Twitter as like a function of release.
Yeah.
Like shout out to what like group chats, right? Because like when you really think about it, a lot of the time you are tweeting because of catharsis. If you have a group chat to just like let it out in, like Twitter just loses its appeal.
Yeah. Final question.
Yeah.
Final question. What is your advice for a man in his 20s navigating the internet right now with the minefield of content flying around? And negative content, I imagine, is the connotation.
Go outside and touch grass, bro.
Go outside and touch
That's a
grass.
very good start.
Yeah.
But why? And I need to dig into that a bit deeper.
Because the thing is, I think like the internet is real, but it's not real. I've started to see and think and feel that like a lot more. Like I'm like, sometimes I just, you know that from Succession, when Logan Roy is like, you people are not serious people.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of the discourse I see online sometimes, I just want to just drop that, like,
The meme.
I just be like, yeah, you people are not serious people because these are not, like, real things. And it goes back to the point, like, we've been talking about in terms of, like, things from, like, Egbo Adugbo's, actually, like, talking to people, like, go and read, go and study stuff. Like, I think there's a point where sometimes you just need to unplug from this thing because, and I think part of it is even just the last dilemma where it's like, the internet is artifice, it's performance. Like, people are, and I even see that, I think, even in terms of, like, the performances of masculinity. Like, it's like, you're acting. And I think, so the first thing is remembering that, like, there's no one set definition for what a man is or who a man is. Like, it's a spectrum. Like, so you should be able to define yourself as you want in a way that, like, you know, aligns with what you want. But then I think part of it is also, like, just go outside and touch grass. Like, actually talk to people, like, in the real world. Like, live in the real world and not, like, this, like, this alternate reality that we've kind of constructed online.
Precisely the same thing. Like, I was going to say, like, go outside and make friends. Because it's like, it's also one of the, on every side of the spectrum, one of the biggest consequences of the internet is that we take, like, ideas from, like, the other end of the world, like, far removed from our context. We take those ideas, we use them to start companies, we use them to, like, start relationships, we use them to, like, form a worldview. And a lot of those ideas are not rooted in, like, the world and context we live in. And, like, going outside and actually making friends and meeting people is how those worlds really, really collide. And the more those worlds collide, the more you start to establish your own primary nuanced worldview. Because again, like, the feelings will be real, but, like, that collision with the real world is how you make you arrive at a fact.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. At a healthy fact.
I think for me, what definitely helped me progress my thinking past a lot of the BS that I would see was my female friends, to be honest with you. I had female friends who...
That helps.
It helps immensely. Like, they, first and foremost, they loved me as a start. So that was always, they would approach every conversation in good faith. It's like, I'm taking care of you. Yeah. Right? But even in saying that, they were never shy to advocate for, like, feminine causes or, like, just the general plight of the woman. So I think that's a huge one. Like, that's a very big one. Like, please expand your world to accommodate more female friendships because it will save you a lot of rubbish.
Like, and also important, like, it's it won't end in knacks, and that's fine. Like, legit, like, I think it's very, very important to establish it because, like, I think that, and this is part of it, right? Like, because a babe wants to hang out, doesn't mean she wants to knock.
Yeah.
No, but you know, this is so funny because when I was in law school, I had, like, a best friend. Like, so the thing is, we'd gone to school together previously, and so we came to law school. I was like, oh, this is my guy. And someone who became my guy later was like, for that first, like, 3 months where he was just observing me and this babe, he was like, this nigga must be gay, because why isn't he trying to knock out?
Like, it's like, guys, it's fine. It's fine.
Oh, that note is over.
Like, you will knock, and that's okay. Like, you have not failed the rest of us. Like, it's fine.
It's fine. And she's not your therapist.
Yeah.
She's not your therapist in that. Please treat her like a friend, like you treat a normal friend.
Like, yeah.
But thank you guys so much for coming through, man. I appreciate this, being able to steal insights, which I'm constantly trying to do.
As a single
man
person,
trying to navigate.
I think we should really establish that.
Yeah. We're trying day by day. Maybe next time you see me, I might have proposed to somebody.
I hope so.
You hope so?
I hope so.
And on that note, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you soon. This is Overthinkers Anonymous. Hi, my name is Deji Oshika. Welcome to my living room. And I've just had an incredible conversation with two men I really admire, Fuad Lawal and Mayo Aididowu. Incredible men doing incredible things in media. And we've had a conversation about the manosphere, masculinity, things that we're unlearning, ways that we're trying to improve ourselves about men, and some of the tensions that occur with being a 21st century man. Like, share, subscribe, send to somebody that you love. I really feel like it's to benefit the younger generation of men, just to see different ways that masculinity is dissected. And yeah, please let them find it. I hope you guys enjoy it. Per usual, as always, it's been Overthinkers Anonymous. If you got this far, thank you for listening to us question everything. And if you enjoyed this episode, send it to your friend. Don't gatekeep the pod.